Have you ever desired something in your life that was outside of what you knew how to do? It could almost be considered a dream. Maybe it was about starting your own business. Maybe it was about traveling to another country. Maybe it was about walking up to that girl or guy you've always liked. But for any of these, you can never work up the nerve to actually do any of them. In all these instances, you felt an inner desire to act, but for some reason, you did the opposite, and in the process, your desire faded. In all these cases, there was a little voice in your head, giving you all the reasons in the world as to why you shouldn't go for what you wanted, and why you should stay exactly where you are. This little voice exists throughout all of humanity, and it's the sole reason why most people never actually go for the things they want. But what if I could tell you how you can beat this little voice and get the results you want? Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and stay tuned till the end to learn about how to beat this little voice and get the results you want out of life, permanently. When you begin to entertain a new belief that's outside of your self-image, you will always come up against the part of yourself that doesn't want to change. This part of yourself is that little voice in your head that tries to convince you to quit, to stop. It gives you all the reasons in the world as to why you can't do what you pictured. And for most people, they listen to this little voice. This voice is your ego. It's your paradigm. It's who you've always believed yourself to be. But you are so much more than just this little voice. When you internalize a new belief into your subconscious mind that contradicts a set of other beliefs already in your mind, you're putting your mind into a state of chaos or disharmony. In this state, where you have two contradictory beliefs, most of the time, the stronger belief will be the one you're trying to remove. But this belief won't just disappear without a fight. It has a gatekeeper called your ego. Your ego, your paradigm, your self-image, whatever you'd like to call it, is what keeps you getting the same results over and over again, because your mind, just like your body, always wants to be in a state of harmony. When we entertain new beliefs, we are putting ourselves into a state of disharmony, and our body doesn't like this. This state of disharmony that arises in our body when we begin to try and act on a new belief is manifested through our minds and instantly to our bodies as the vibration or feeling you feel in your body that we call fear. This is called the terror barrier. This terror barrier is the feeling you get when two contradictory beliefs in your mind are present and are fighting for expression in your life, and only one of them can win. In this scenario, the fear you're feeling is literally the manifestation of disharmony in your mind caused by two warring ideas being expressed in your body at once. For most people, their old conditioning or beliefs are what win when they come up against the terror barrier, because their ego supports their old conditioning and tells them little white lies to keep them from changing their old beliefs. A common scenario for men who face the terror barrier would be for a guy who sees a girl he likes, but is too afraid to go up to her. Most men in today's society are conditioned from birth to be ashamed of their sexuality. This conditioning has internalized itself as beliefs, which continually express themselves through the body and into results. If someone has internalized a belief that makes them ashamed of their sexuality, when they see a girl they like and desire to go up to her, there are two contradictory beliefs fighting for expression in the mind at this time. This tension forms a state of disharmony in the mind and manifests itself as the vibration we call fear in the body. But why is knowing about this so powerful? When you entertain a new idea and repeat it in your mind, you are cultivating a seed of energy that grows in energy every time you repeat it in your mind. When the time comes, that tiny seed you continue to entertain will have grown so much that the desire it causes within you wills you to try and act on the idea and express itself. At this point in time, you will always have to face your ego, where that seed will die 100% of the time. When you face your ego, it's going to give you all the logic in the world in an attempt to convince you why your new belief is wrong, why you should stop growing, why you should continue to entertain the old limiting beliefs you've always had. It will cause you to doubt yourself and your new beliefs, and you will literally feel fear coursing throughout your body. What you do at this point will determine if you get the results you desire. Most people never get past this point. They may do everything right up to this point, but if you can't get past the terror barrier and act, you will never get the results you want. Internalizing a new belief is relatively easy, but acting to solidify that new belief is hard. You will have to fight. When you feel that fear throughout your body, the only way to solidify the new belief is by acting in the direction of your belief, despite your fears, despite your doubts, and despite everything on the outside favoring your old belief. Every time you try and change your beliefs, you will eventually have to go through this terror barrier. But you shouldn't see this terror barrier as a negative thing. I see it as the final test, the final boss, almost as if the school of life is asking you, do you really believe what you've been repeating to yourself? By you moving past the terror barrier, you're literally telling the universe that you're ready. And the funny thing is, the moment you move past the terror barrier, all your fear immediately disappears. You feel a sense of peace, and you realize all that fear really was just an illusion. Because you've shown the universe that you're ready, your mind follows suit, and it becomes easier and easier to face that terror barrier until it altogether disappears. And that little seed you began to cultivate in your mind becomes a giant tree that gives you the fruits you've always desired, manifested through your results. This is really how you make a change in your life. By entertaining a new idea, repeating it in your mind, stepping out and acting on it despite your fears, and learning from experience. Most people never reach this point, but now, with this knowledge, you're not most people. So the next time you face your terror barrier, remember this. Fear is life's final test, asking you if you're ready for the results you want. And the only way to pass this test is by saying yes with your actions. Thank you. Make sure to join our family by subscribing for more content. And don't forget to hit that like button and comment down below. Until next time, this is Success Mindset. And remember, dreams do come true.